Look at this casting here. We have Christopher Lee, Saul de Miranda, Herbert Lom, Klaus Kinski, Paul Mueller, got Maria Rome. That's pretty much a dream cast for a European horror film. And that's why tonight we're looking at, for day 5 of the 31 Days of Horror, Jess Franco's Count Dracula. Jess Franco and Christopher Lee have been were longtime good friends. And Christopher Lee had always thought that he had not done a Dracula right when he was doing the Hammer films. He wanted to do it closer to the book and make Dracula the way he should be. You want him to look like an old man and younger. You wanted them to be like closer to the novel, not so much the animalistic count that you see in the films, especially in the Hammer films. In fact, when Christopher Lee thought that the writing wasn't good, like in Dracula Prince of Darkness, he refused to utter any of the lines, making Dracula pretty much just a presence, which is okay because Dracula in the Hammer films can be a presence and can actually be an exciting, fun character to play. Now, finally, he decided to make Dracula right with Jess Franco, and he did so by having a huge cast. Now, there were a lot of budgetary constraints at the time, and Herbert Lom, for instance, was not in any actual scenes with Christopher Lee because they were shot on different parts of the world, and they were then kind of like the scenes were kind of put together. Obviously, there's could budgetary constraints like be overcome to make because you can make a lot of really good movies with low budget. So, and we know that Jess Franco's made some fantastically haunting films, and some pretty cheesy films. And where exactly on the spectrum did this film hit? Well, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't watched this film in a long, long time, and I love Jess Franco's work. I watched a lot of his movies, and my first thing when I was watching this whole 30 Days of Horror is that I went and I did the movie She Killed in Ecstasy, which I hope you guys saw. That was day 1. However, you can get look, and I'm the score by Bruno Nicolai, and I'm gonna be honest, the score is actually pretty damn good in this. I really wanted to like this film. I wanted to really get into this film and to see Dracula done right. But I'm gonna be honest with you, Dracula is not my favorite novel, the Bram Stoker Dracula. It's actually really not. I preferred the Modern Prometheus, Frankenstein, much more. I found Dracula to be a kind of a slow and plotting novel at times. Some people can read it I'm sure Christopher probably reads it on on a yearly basis. That's one of his favorite novels. He's read from it and different things. I think he reads from it in this one here. And if Christopher Lee sat down and read me Dracula, I would probably be pretty transfixed to the whole reading of Dracula. But as it is, this one really didn't do it for me. Although there was some great cinematography in this film, and Saul de Miranda was definitely cast right as the character of Lucy. Actually, the casting wasn't bad at all. It's just the movie just seemed to trip up over itself. I mean, it was kind of slow. It was plotting, even for this type of film. When you go to watch a movie like this, and it's an older film, you have to take into account the time that it was done, and different sensibilities and different style of working during that. And I've seen a lot of Franco stuff, and a lot of it, there's some of it that can be kind of slow and plotting and still be engaging. I watched John Rollin, and there's a guy that a lot of his stories don't make a lot of sense, but there's engaging, in a way, there's something that engages you, whether it's visually or kind of stimulates your not that your your oral sense, but sorry guys, this has a great score. This is a great edition put up by Dark Sky Films, who did an amazing job on this one here. There's some great features on here. The Beloved Count, Jess Franco featurette. We have a Christopher Lee Reeves Bram Stoker's Dracula. an essay or on a text essay on Saul de Miranda, and we have a stills gallery. So overall, it's not a bad one. I would probably grade this one to Blu-ray down the road, but wouldn't spend it overtly a lot of money on it unless you include the soundtrack or put some new features. And basically, it's because you see all those exciting scenes you see in the background there, sort of. Well, maybe not all exciting scenes, but you've seen all those scenes you're seeing in the background. Yeah, that's pretty much it's like a trailer when you're kind of seeing the best of it. I can't put my fingers on exactly why I didn't find this film work. I love Christopher Lee, he's my favorite Dracula. I love Jess Franco. I think his direction shows a lot of like passion and promise. Promise shows a lot of passion and just a dedication. I love Herbert Lom. Saul de Miranda is one of my favorites. Maria Rome, I love her stuff and stuff she's done. With Franco, Paul Muller, Koskinski. Man, what a cast! And yet, I literally did find myself falling asleep to this film. The actors in this really were committed themselves to their roles, and they did a great job for what they had to do. But for some reason, I don't know if it was just the time that I've seen this, or maybe I should go back and revisit it again sometime. It did not engage me. I wish I could say that this would be the Jess Franco movie that I would suggest you go and watch. If it's not, this is not indicative of much of Jess Franco's work. He makes a lot of different style films. He's made a lot of different style films anyway, because a guy that's made over 150 films, you know it's going to be a lot of different films. But like great cast. I guess Jess Franco in a lot of cases does a lot of these films that tend to like use erotica in them. And they will be a bit like, and sometimes a little on the sleazier side. But he's so adept and so like proficient in the way that he shoots those style scenes, and he makes them work within like they don't seem as like some people they may seem as like not needed or exploitive, but to me it seems like it's one of the genius things that he does so well. And maybe it's the fact that that's not really seen here that much. Dracula, as much as Dracula's seen as like a strongly like a virile sexual being, I don't really get that here. He doesn't come across as forget the brides who come across kind of bland. I'm gonna be honest with you. The brides are fairly bland. Dracula himself, although he's got the presence of Lee, because he's got Christopher Lee, he never steps off the stage. I mean, even in his lesser Dracula films by Hammer, there just seems to be a presence there that's kind of missing here. And I'm really surprised because Christopher Lee, this was kind of a passion project for him. This was something that he wanted to do and he wanted to do right. Maybe when he got there, when he got the script, when he started filming it, he lost his passion for it, or somebody did, because there's a lot of great X factors in this film, but they're not coming together to make a solid, consistent film. A lot of people love this movie here. I remember liking it when I was younger, but still, when I was younger, I did kind of find it off, found it a little bit boring. It's definitely not in the style of the Hammer stuff. The Hammer Dracula films are more exciting than this. Even the Universal film, the Lugosi has more of a flavor and a feel to it than this one here. This is a rare, for me, this is a rare miss for Jess Franco, who went off to a different territory, tried to make this film. And I'm sure he did the best job that he could, but it just didn't come across. So, for me right now, thanks for watching. This has been Jess Franco's Count Dracula, 31 Days of Horror, Day 5. I may watch something else tonight. You may even get another one out of me, because I'm a little disappointed with this film, and I was hoping this would be something that would be more engaging and be more challenging. But it was bland. That's the most straightforward response I can give you of this movie, is that I found it completely bland. Now look at it yourself and see if you what you take from the film. I would love to have other opinions and thoughts down in the comment section down below. Maybe some people that actually really got into this one. But for me, and I think my father was the same way at the time, Although he owns the film, I just find it to be one of the more lesser Dracula films. And he's a die-hard Christopher Lee fan. Kind of makes me wish I had Dan Curtis, Jack Palance Dracula, because that one's a lot better than what I just watched right now. With all that being said, it's day 5 of the 31 Days of Horror. Say hello to Deadhead, my cat who's just at a frame right there. My better half was studying her heart out upstairs for the course she's doing for university. And for me right now, after watching that film, I need some caffeine to wake up my senses and just perk me up a bit, because I'm a little bit disappointed. And I'm just about to go watch another horror movie, I think, because, man, Jess Franco, Herbert Lom, Christopher Lee, so did Miranda, Paul Mueller, Klaus Kinski. What hast thou forsaken me? This just wasn't one of the better films. Thanks for watching, and for now, as always, I'm going off to watch something else, because I love Halloween, I love horror, and I am out here. Yeah. I guess, to be fair, I should end with the best thing of this entire film. So that's what I'll do.